I read it for myself. I'm not gonna. Yo, I gotta take the whip home too, bro. Yo, man, it is rainy as fuck today. It just started coming down like it was pouring, man. Talking thunder, raining, fucking piss and cock everywhere. Listen though, basically what I wanted to talk about today is the effects of your habits and how they compound type shit. This is for good habits and both bad habits. And low-key shout out to Atomic Habits. I'm like 3/4 done with that book. I pushed it off for so many years because a lot of people were saying mixed feelings about it, and honestly it was my fault. I should have just said fuck it, seen what it was about for myself, not give a fuck what other people got to say about it. Some people were saying mixed feelings, some people were saying it's a cliche book, some people were saying it changed their life. So I read it for myself. I'm not gonna. Yo, I gotta take the whip home too, bro, in the rain. It's all good though. That's nature. Hey, that just made a car, y'all probably can't hear it. That just made a car alarm go off. Mother Nature is a force that cannot be fucked with. Back to the point though. I read most of the book right now, and then I bought this new book, which I had been wanting to read really bad, so I'm reading that right now. It's Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. Amazing book, by the way. I have 20 pages left in that book, and then I'm gonna go finish Atomic Habits. Basically, man, Atomic Habits, it's what it sounds like in the title. It's basically making little changes that seem small, aka atomic. Holy, I just seen some crazy thunder. It's making small changes in your lifestyle, things that you do in your day-to-day, whether it be removing bad habits, whether it be starting good habits. A good tip that I picked up from that book is habit stacking, which is actually something I used to do, something I've been doing subconscious or unconsciously. Well, low-key, I had thought about it before and it made sense. It's basically when you find one habit that makes sense to align with another habit. An easy example is you wake up, you turn off your alarm, you drink water, you get up to stretch, and then you splash your face with cold water. That right there is like you're stretching, you're drinking water, and you're splashing your face with cold water. That is 3 habits right there, done in just like that, you know, just because you stack the habits and it just flows together really nicely. So even when I make YouTube videos, it's like sometimes I will actually do that same thing. I will record a few videos in the same day in the same spot, which is basically doing the same thing as habit stacking. Basically, man, this can also be taken in the inverse way. For example, let's say here's another habit stack. You might be, let's say you got this problem. You fucking, whenever you have a bad day, how you fix it is you go home, you smoke some weed, you wank, bust a nut, and then you go and eat some junk food. That is a habit stack right there. Because when you do the one, and there's certain prerequisites already in place, certain triggers that were already set in place. You had a bad day, you smoked the weed, like it sets everything else up. It's the same. It's a double-edged sword. Good habits and bad habits are both the exact same. This can be applied to both of the habits. When you find one habit that you can stack with another habit, it's best to just do them at the same time. Banger tip. That's a banger tip. Another one was thinking about, also being conscious about the things that you do in these little in-between moments, as I would call them. Let's say you know you have to go let's say you're gonna read a book and then go to the gym. Okay, well, you read a book and then you don't leave until the gym for another like 15-20 minutes. So what are you doing in those 15-20 minutes? Are you doom scrolling? Are you organizing your room? Are you cleaning up your crib? Are you cleaning the bathroom? Like, what are you doing in those 15-20 minutes? It's basically making you have big changes by focusing on the small stuff, because the small stuff in reality can add up and become big stuff. Like, for example, if you wake up and you do a 1-minute plank, it doesn't seem like much, but you wake up and you do that every day. Or you wake up and you meditate for 2-3 minutes a day. It doesn't seem like much in the moment, just 2-3 minutes a day, whatever, you know. You can literally go on your phone to go check the time, and you end up scrolling for 2 or 3, 10, 5, 20 minutes anyways. So what really is 2 to 3 minutes a day? Nothing, you know what I'm saying? But over time, it does add up over time. Like, let's just do some simple math. Over a month, by meditating only 2 minutes a day, over a month, that's already an hour. And are you gonna sit down right now and meditate for 1 hour today? No, you're not. But when you split up 1 hour over a month, it doesn't sound that scary. It's only 2-3 minutes. So that's another one that's important. Another one that is, this wasn't really in the book per se, but it was something that I picked up from applying what I learned from the book. And it was basically this. This is what the book did mention. The book did mention if something along the lines of, if you can do something if you have a task that you need to do, instead of pushing it off and saying, oh, I'll do it later, if you can do it in under 5 minutes and be done with it, go do it right away. Do not wait. I love that fucking tip. That is such a good tip, because oftentimes the idea of doing the thing is way more, I don't want to say scary, but it's more intimidating than actually going and just doing the thing. Man, this e-bike, good little e-bike, right? It's a good e-bike. I was riding it one day. I noticed the tire was pretty low on air, so I filled it up. The next day it was low on air again. I would be able to fill it up. It would hold air for a couple hours. So I did this for a few weeks. One day it just did not hold air. It was completely flat. I took out the tire. I bought a new one. I put it on. I couldn't fix it. That shit did not hold air. I tried fixing it by myself. I tried learning. I always think if you can do something yourself, if you can fix something yourself, instead of somebody else doing it, you should always take that chance to learn. For example, when it comes to fixing your car, doing something mechanical, learning a new skill, or not learning a new skill. If it's, you need to fix something and you can do it yourself. If it's not something like rebuilding your car engine, that might be a little different story, because that's, you have to know what you're doing. But if it's something that you can just try fixing yourself, and if it doesn't work, you can delegate the task to somebody else, you might as well try and learn, so that next time it happens, you know how to do it. So I applied that mindset, but I wasn't able to fix it. So I said, fuck it, I'll just give it to a bike repair shop. But I put off that task, I shit you not, for 7 months. I put off the task of taking the wheel to a bike repair shop. It literally took me 1 hour to bring it there and come back home, and then another hour the day after to go again and pick it up after they fixed it. It took me 2 hours to do this thing that had been clouding my mental space for literally months. The amount of time that I spent just thinking about fixing it is insane. It must have been multiple hours, because it would be a thought that I would think about for a few minutes at multiple times of the day. So that adds up quick. And it's like, bro, I should have just pulled off the band-aid and just fixed that shit right away as soon as it happened. There was no need to push it off. So that just goes to show the intimidation of doing the thing is often more scary than actually just doing the thing. And this applies for basically everything in life, man. Like literally everything in life. Unless you're training to go climb Mount Everest or some shit, you know, okay, that actually doing the thing is going to be harder than thinking about it. But if you spend 5 years thinking about it, it's like, bro, you might as well just have started training as soon as you had the idea. It was like me. I've been wanting to learn a backflip for my whole life, my whole entire life. I'm 20 years old. My whole entire life, I've always had this thought whenever I see somebody doing a backflip, I'm like, that is the coolest thing ever in my life. One day, I will do that. One day. Bro, this year, I just said, fuck it. I taught myself how to do a backflip in my basement. I'll insert the clip right here. And I hit up, after that, I hit up a couple trampoline parks, practiced it, got it down. And now I'm pretty confident about my backflip. Just at any given moment, like, I'm pretty confident. If you ask me to do a backflip, I will most likely do it on a regular day. So it's something that I wanted to do my whole life, something that was really cool to me, and it still is really cool. Like, the fact that I learned how to do it does not make it any less cool. If anything, it makes it more cool because I can actually do it now. It's things like that, man. Like, you got to find what is taking up your mental real estate, and you will know, like, what are the thoughts that randomly pop in your head throughout the day. What are these thoughts? What are these things that you're thinking about doing? What are these things that you want to do? What are these things that have inspired you to go do it, but you haven't done anything about it? What are those things? What are those things that you know you want to do and are continuously taking up space in your brain? You need to find these things because these are taking up very valuable and very, I don't want to say very limited, but essentially it is limited. The amount of space, the amount of thoughts that you can have in your day-to-day life are limited. You can only have so many thoughts. So if a good chunk of these thoughts are just about things that you're thinking about doing, why don't you just go do the thing so you have time and space and energy to think about other things that are actually more important than just some random things, you know? A lot of the time, these things that come up in your head, they're super easy to do tasks. Like, they're just really random. They're just super easy to do, but you still don't do them because you're just saying, oh, I'll push it off later. Man, I can be a procrastinator sometimes. Like, it's usually I'm either the most productive person ever, or some days I will literally just sit down and I'll think about what to do with my day, and then an hour goes by of me trying to decide what I'm going to do with my day, and I'm like, bro, what the fuck am I doing? I could have done the first 5 tasks already that I was thinking about doing. I could have done them already in the past hour while I've just been thinking about it. This is something that I am still mastering to this day. Life is always a constant battle of becoming good at things, maintaining that, and then finding the things that you're not good at, and then becoming good at those, and then maintaining that, and then just continuously building skills. I'm not gonna lie, being able to learn a skill is one of the most important things in life, because it's a muscle that you continuously need to use, and if you're not using it, well, you're gonna lose it. So that's something that I keep in my life. I constantly try and learn new things. For example, I've been wanting to trade, you know, stocks, whatever, since I was probably 11, 12 years old. I think I watched like The Wolf of Wall Street one day, or some kind of movie that was just like, whoa, like what is going on? Like, all these people are really rich, they're making money off of stocks and all this and all that. And of course, as a young kid, I was inspired by that, because as a young kid, what do you want? You want to be rich, you want to drive nice cars. And I saw these people who are trading are literally just making this money with their brain. And I've always been that kind of person. I don't see myself working a physical job where I'm constrained to a specific location and for a certain amount of time on a certain wage. I don't see myself doing that. That's just not the reality. I've always loved entrepreneurship. I've always loved working for myself. I've always loved being my own boss, and I've done multiple different businesses over the years. And right now I'm not really doing any business. I'm just working a full-time job. But the reason is this is the highest leverage activity that I can do right now with my current skill set for money. And don't get me wrong, man, like I'm making good money, especially for my age. But the fact is, I still am tied to a specific location 5 days a week, 48 hours a week. Even a little more, to be honest. I would add 2 hours per day for transport time. So essentially 60 hours a week, I'm tied to an obligation. I say obligation because I know it's necessary for me to do this thing that I'm doing right now, to eat the shit. You know, I'm eating shit right now. So I can give myself a platform to eat that caviar, to eat that fucking gold flakes. I don't mind that shit. I know the stage I'm at right now. I know the stage that I'm going to be at in some time. So I know that this is a necessary sacrifice to get there. My mindset used to be, oh, like I'm so different, I'm so unique, I should just be rich and not have to work for anything. Like money should just appear into my bank account, which in a way, you know, you're kind of attracting, you're being like a magnet for wealth, you know, saying, yo, I deserve this, I deserve that, blah, 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 you know, in a way. But like I realize if I just think this way my whole life, what, am I just gonna go buy a scratch ticket one day, win the lottery, and that's it? So I decided, let me do what I can do with my time, and let me do something I know will give me irrefutable results, like hard rock results. Like it's there, you know. I have money saved, I have money in my bank account every week, so it's there, it's real, you know. So now that I did that, now that I'm doing that, I've been doing this I started this job probably 2 months ago, and then I was working at another job for like a week before that. So I've been working for a little over 2 months now. And you know, this is something I'm very used to. I've worked jobs multiple months on end, full time. So this isn't anything new to me. I'm very familiar with the saving process. I'm very good with saving. I save probably 70% of my monthly income, completely saved, like completely stored away. And the rest of it is just for expenses. I don't really buy a lot of fancy shit. I don't need the fanciest clothes. I will treat myself to some food every once in a while, some eating out. I had a whole pizza and 7 chicken wings yesterday from that store right there. I'm not gonna show it, but shout out Papa John's, banging ass pizza. Man, that shit had me full. I'm not gonna lie, that shit had me full. But that just goes to say, I have my balance. I'm not completely 100%. Every single penny that I don't spend on living expenses needs to be saved. No, I'm not like that, because I believe in being able to enjoy the fruits of your labor and making the process fun. Like the process doesn't have to be, oh, like I hate myself, everybody hates me, I'm saving all my money because I fucking hate everybody and I'm gonna prove everybody wrong. Like it's good to have that anger, but everything is yin and yang, you know. You can't have one without having the other. You can't have anger without having pain. You can't have anger without having happiness. You can't have pain without having gratitude. These are things that are necessary for each other and cannot exist without the other. They are codependent. So even like today, man, I'll just show y'all some shit. Like, yes, I've been working my ass off. I work 5 days a week. You know what I'm saying? I could work 6, but I like taking the weekends off for myself, give myself time to reset, clean the crib, do all that, do all the things I don't make time for during the week. I'm not gonna say I don't have time for it. There was always time for whatever you want to do in life. Always. There was always time. Man, like, I can't remember the last time I bought Pokemon, but I just said, fuck it, bro. Like, it's only $40, and I believe in experiences, you know. I believe in spending a little money for a certain experience, whether it be eating out, going skydiving, shooting paintballs. I don't see that as a waste of time. In fact, I highly value spending my money on experiences, especially experiences. I was gonna say especially experiences with other people, but honestly, that's a lie. I'll be very happy to go airsofting by myself and then meet some people as I go, or go to a trampoline park by myself, or go skateboarding by myself, I'll be very happy to do that. So I actually don't mind that. But doing it with people that I know and like some homies or my family, you know, that makes it even better, because these are people I see more. Being able to treat them out to a nice spot, nice food, a good view, whatever it may be, I fuck with that. I fuck with that, because there's not a lot of things that beats quality time. So man, my next point, the rain settled. First off, look at this. God damn. Very beautiful. Very good weather. I love this weather. I love the rain. I don't care. Anybody who hates the rain is weird to me. Like, I love the rain. We need the rain. The rain is good. Much rather the rain than snow. But yeah, man, like, back to what I was saying with trading. I had been wanting to learn that since I was like 10, 11, 12. And I had dabbled in paper trading when I was like 16. Some high school shit. Man, I did that shit for like 2 days and I forgot about it, to be honest. I just completely forgot. But now I've been trading pretty consistently, like every other day, every couple days. That's consistently to me, because it's more consistent than 0 days a week. So I've been learning that. I've been learning trading, and it's good, man. It feels good to do something that you've been wanting to do for a long time. More than anything, it's like building up that self-trust of, I can do things that I know I have to do, or I can do things that I should be doing. It's kind of like a confidence boost in its own way. And yeah, man, now that I got my body more accustomed to this night shift, been more consistent with the gym now, I'm making more use of my waking hours. A thing that I'm really struggling with right now, and that I've been struggling with my whole life, but I'm actively working on right now, is sleeping in and snoozing. I didn't always have problems with this. There were times as a kid, like as a very young kid, when I was like 8, 9 years old, I figured this thing out on my own. I found out that it's like an actual method that was already made, but I figured this thing out on my own, where when I wake up, I hear the alarm, I turn it off, and I say 3, 2, 1, and then I just get out of bed. Like, immediately get out of bed. Like, no thoughts, no emotions, just immediately get up and get out of bed, and I start my day. 3 seconds. Man, I used to do that, and then fuck, I don't know what happened. My body, subconsciously, I would wake up and I would just stay in bed, whether it be because I wanted to sleep more or because I was on my phone. Sometimes I would wake up and read, but I would still stay in my bed. I feel like it's important to, as soon as you wake up, get out of the bed so your body and your brain knows, okay, I'm awake, it's daytime, I'm outside. Like, not outside, but like, I'm up, I'm up. And that's something that I've been working on recently. I call it the wake up, get up ratio. Self-explanatory. Trying to limit that time from the moment that I wake up and hear my alarm to the moment where I actually get up out of bed and start my day. Trying to diminish that, make that gap smaller, as small as humanly possible. Ideally 3 seconds. We're gonna get there. And with some like this, it's really just about the reps, man. It's really just about the reps. Waking up, 3 second count, get up. It might not be every day, because sleeping in is something I've been doing for honestly years now at this time. And it's honestly just an accountability and self-discipline thing. Obviously, I'm a human, I don't have robot discipline. I don't have perfect discipline. I have my flaws, so that is one of them. But we're going to work on that. And hopefully a few weeks from now, not even hopefully, like, I'll make sure of it. I'll make sure that I'm on top of this shit, because it really makes a big difference. It goes back to the atomic habits. If you're sleeping in 10, 20 minutes a day, that's going to add up really quick, really fast. So that time, those 10, 20 minutes, you could be reading a book, you could be meditating, you could be stretching, you could be journaling, you can be outside getting air, touching grass, grounding yourself with the earth. You could be doing breath work. Fuck, you could be doing so many things that isn't sleeping. So, yeah, man, the importance of habits and the importance of small actions and how they compound daily and over time. And I want you to really understand what compound means. Compound doesn't just mean, oh, let's say this. Compound doesn't mean I meditate for 1 minute a day, every day for 30 days. So by the end of the month, I have 30 minutes worth of meditation done. No, it doesn't work like that. When you do it every single day, you actually get a little bit better than the day before, and it stacks. Like, it goes like this. It goes like this. So it starts slow at first, but then over time, it just immediately shoots up. You get to that point after the what would you call that? There's a term for it when it goes low, 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 and then you get to a certain point and it just shoots up. The term is literally just compounding, that's what it does. It means it doesn't increase linearly. Your progress isn't like this. It's exponential. And exponential basically means it's not linear. It's not 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. It's 1 plus 1 plus 1.1. And then the day after that, it's 1.2. And then the day after that, it's plus 1.3. So you go 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1.1 plus 1.2 plus 1.3. So every single day, you're not getting better by the amount that you got better yesterday. You're actually getting better by a little bit more than the amount that you got better with yesterday. Yeah, man. So do not sleep on small habits. Do not sleep on small moments. Really question between tasks, what are you doing with your time? You will find that you always have these little pockets of, I guess, unintentional time where there's not really a certain thing that you're giving yourself to do. You're kind of in between tasks. So I want you to figure out and analyze, what do you do in this time? How much of this time is in your day? Are you always just on go, 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 go? Or do you do a task, chill for an hour, do another task, chill for 10 minutes, do another task? Or do you do 10 tasks in a row for an hour and then you chill for a few hours, do whatever? What do you do? How is your time split up? Analyze these things and then ask yourself, is what I am doing in these in-between times, is it going to make me better exponentially, or is it going to make me worse exponentially? And I say that in like objective terms. Like if you're doom scrolling at these in-between moments, that's objectively going to make you worse off than if you were reading in these doom scrolling moments, or even just literally doing nothing. If you just sit down and are doing nothing, you're in the present moment, you don't have any distractions, no phone, no screens, could be music or something, but if you're no music, no simulation at all, and you're just sitting down staring at a wall or outside staring at the clouds, that is a very, very, very good way to spend your time. It sounds counterintuitive because you're doing nothing, but nowadays our generation is so addicted to stimulation that you always need to be doing something or seeing something or hearing something. So intentionally giving your brain a break to just slow down, just relax, let your thoughts roam wherever the fuck they go. It's essentially hacking your brain to have shower thoughts. I know you have these moments where you're in the shower and you just think of some crazy thoughts. For me, it's always, I think of really clear ideas that I can do for my music videos, or I think of some really fire bars, or I think of a really fire idea that just I wouldn't have thought of before, because I'm giving my brain this space to just think and create ideas. So it's basically biohacking your brain to have these shower thoughts. I'm telling you, trust me, go outside, turn off your phone, sit on your lawn chair, and just look at the sky or look at whatever for a few minutes, 10, 15, whatever minutes, however long you want. It might take a few minutes, but eventually you will notice, you will instantly relax. Your stress will immediately drop, especially if you go on a walk and do this, even better, because you're getting slightly stimulated because you're just walking around seeing different things, but you're relaxed, you're walking, your breathing is slow and controlled and intentional. So yeah, man, if that's not something you do, if you don't partake in leisure activities, if you don't partake in leisure in general, you really should. I recommend it. Literally just give it a try. Humans were meant to literally wake up, spend time with our family, hunt for food, have fires together, say stories to each other, philosophize with other people, talk about our dreams to each other, and aside from that, just chill. Literally just hang out, chill, just literally just hang out. We don't always have to be doing something. So yeah, man, do with that what you will. That was basically everything I learned from the book, summed up, as well as some other life tips that I had for y'all. And put that shit to use, man. You will thank yourself. I will thank you. Thank you for making your life better. Thank you for making your own life better for yourself, because that's really who you owe it to. You owe it to yourself at the end of the day. You shouldn't need somebody like me, somebody on the YouTube to come say, hey, like, go fix your life, go do good things and don't do bad habits. Like, you shouldn't need me to say that, but a reminder is good. Sometimes I need a reminder. It is what it is, man. So I'll leave y'all with that. Y'all have a motherfucking blessed ass day. I know I will, because the storm cleared up. Man, once the storm settles,